Vice President of Marketing, and I'm so excited to provide to you this wonderful presentation on the Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth market with our wonderful reps from the Cisneros Real Estate Group. I know for myself as an investor, I look at a lot of different things in a particular market to invest in. One of the biggest things I look at is certainly the job growth, the appreciation rate, the population growth, cash flow, and then the right team. And I think we've got an excellent combination in the Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth market. We've got several presenters on tonight. In a moment, you're going to hear from Erica Cisneros. She's the broker owner of Cisneros Real Estate Group, which is our regional rep in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. We also have with her Loretta Snoque Huezo, who is our regional rep and the realtor that you'll be working directly with, who's out there constantly looking at properties, evaluating different properties, and making sure the process goes smoothly for our investors. And we even have our lovely property manager, Angela Gonzalez from Moxie Property Management on the call, who's going to talk to you guys a little bit about the rental market and the Dallas, Texas market, and she's going to show some of the properties that we have to show you guys tonight. She's actually done a detailed analysis on the rental comparison for each one. So it's very important to realize that there's a very, very strong team in place for the Dallas-Fort Worth market, and these properties have gone through extensive screening. And we actually have a very long relationship with Erica and her husband. And I think about 11 years ago, her husband Daniel was actually attending some of our Marsh Reddick seminars long ago with Erica. And they're from California, which Erica will talk to you about in a moment. But as California natives, they started taking some of the seminars, learned a lot about real estate about 11 years ago, and then decided to move to Texas, where they began their real estate career. So we've been working with them for a very long time. We've had a lot of investors already purchase property in Dallas-Fort Worth, and we've already been working with Angela, who is one of the best property managers we've ever worked with. And I'm just really excited to have the team on tonight. And towards the end, we're going to share with you a few properties that we've hand-selected in the entire Dallas-Fort Worth market. We tried to look for properties that had good cash flow, newer properties, great neighborhoods, good school districts, just really good long-term rentals. So really excited to have such a good team. And Erica, I'll let you take it over and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and give us a lot of good detail on the Dallas-Fort Worth market.
Thank you, sir. Well, hello, everyone. This is Erica. And as Scott was just letting you know, I'm the managing broker here with Cisneros Real Estate Solutions. And I just wanted to thank you for the opportunity to share with you what's going on in our market here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, also known as DFW Metroplex. So you'll kind of hear me bounce back and forth, DFW, and I'll say Dallas-Fort Worth. But either way, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I know that there's so many other things that you could be doing with your time, but I guarantee if you stay on this call, it's going to be worth it. We've got some really great information, just some stuff that you really wouldn't, it would be very difficult to find anywhere else. So I think you're going to have a really informative time with us tonight, and so it's going to be worth it. So cheers to you. Thanks for getting to know our market. And I'm joined here tonight, as Scott had said, Loretta. She's our deal finder extraordinaire, and we've also got Henry, who's our contract coordinator that some of you have already, gotten to hear from, and he just is on the back end, and he is a support system for Loretta to help make sure that she's able to focus in on you, the investor, and all of your needs. And then once again, Angela here with Rent Moxie. So we are here for you. Please feel free to reach out to us with some questions. And the very last slide of this presentation is going to be David's slide, and all of his contact information will be there. So if you have any questions about the information that we're sharing, or also some of the opportunities that we have at the very end, he is going to be your resource, and you'll want to get in touch with him as soon as possible. We made sure that he cleared some time for you in regards to this market. So thanks again. A little bit about me really quickly. I've been working as the managing broker with my husband, Daniel, here in the DFW area for 8 years, and we relocated from Southern California, and I just love the fact that we've been connected with Marshall Reddick for, as Scott said, about 11 years. We started off, right out of college, figuring out, what did we want to do with our lives, and real estate investing really made an impact on our lives, and we saw ourselves doing that, and it's just been an amazing journey. We made our first purchase actually at the age of 21 in Oceanside. And so fast forward, I mean, we've been able to complete over 500 transactions. We've invested in over 50 real estate projects. We've been doing it for over 10 years, and we opened up our brokerage in 2011. We've got a really great team here to support you in all of your investing needs. And we are located just south of downtown Fort Worth off of Berry Street, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with Fort Worth, but that is Frog City. So we are near TCU campus, and so it's just a really great, lively place to be. So we love working here. We love doing real estate. So hopefully we get to see you here, and you guys have, actually this week, Scott, we had a visitor come in from Southern California with Marshall Reddick, so it was super awesome. We got to meet them, and so usually it's us going over there, but they're also coming here, so it's really great. So let's go ahead and get started. What are we going to be talking about today? We are going to be going through everything that you need to know as an investor purchasing in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We're going to review some of the economics and lifestyle, what to expect when you live here, and that's important because you as the owner, you want to make sure that you're purchasing a property that is in an area where people are going to want to be because they're going to stay longer, you're going to have lower turnover, and so all of those factors come into play when you're thinking about purchasing a property. You're going to get to meet our regional rep, which Scott already introduced you to, Ms. Loretta, and also the property management team in depth. She's got some excellent information to share with you. And one of the amazing things that's happening in Fort Worth, and one of the biggest reasons why we ended up moving here to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, was some really big news for investors. Right there you can see some huge plans, and we will share it towards the end, and actually Loretta has the privilege of being able to share that big project with you, as well as we'll finish it out with some DFW opportunities. So we've got some new construction deals that we've prepackaged for you, and also some pre-owned cash flow deals. All of them are great opportunities, and we're going to tell you why. So let's jump right into it. DFW and Dallas. DFW is comprised of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, like I said, and here in this slide it talks about Dallas being the #3 fastest growing city in the nation. And that's just, phenomenal. The reason why the real estate is really starting to appreciate here, and you see so many more people flooding the area, it's because it's a beautiful, perfect storm. And in the next few slides, you'll get to kind of figure out what's happening. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, we placed a map on your screen, and this area is outperforming other regions in the nation. And it's got Fort Worth to the west, Dallas to the east, and you can kind of see that it is a pretty big chunk of land. It is surrounded by over 100 suburbs and 13 counties, and it is DFW. It's the largest metroplex in Texas and the 4th largest metroplex in the nation. It's got the fastest growing metropolitan area in the nation, and this was really cool. I thought, wow, this is pretty significant. DFW Metroplex covers 9,300 square miles. It's bigger than Rhode Island and Connecticut combined. So that just gives you a pretty good idea of, what's going on, the size. I mean, there's so much going on here in this area, and it happens in this area called the Texaplex. It is the triangular region that comprise of DFW in the north, Houston southeast, and southwest of that area would be San Antonio and Austin. And the Texaplex is home to 80% of the entire state's 24 million residents. So 80% of those 24 million residents reside in that Texaplex for lots of reasons. So DFW population. This Metroplex has added over 300 residents every day for the last 30 years. And we are leading the nation in population growth. So if you see that chart right there, it talks about largest domestic migration growth, major metropolitan areas from 2010 through 2013. Dallas-Fort Worth is right there on the top, which I love because that's our market. And if you can see right there, those top three, we've got the DFW Metroplex, we've got Houston, and we've got Austin. And so what's really cool is those top three cities are all cities in that Texaplex that I was, the previous slide that I was showing with you. So you can just see the phenomenal growth that's happening in Texas. Today there's over 7 million residents in our great Metroplex. And if you look at those projected numbers, by 2030, they are estimating that we will have over 10.8 million residents. So why is this growing? Why is this important to you? Well, this growth creates opportunity. It's, the stable employment, it's affordable housing, the attractive lifestyle. All of this is starting to really, bring in and cause the nation to take notice of what's happening. So many people are starting to flood this area, and I actually really love it because, from Southern California, it was a mesh of a lot of different groups of people, and I love being able to, go out and talk to our neighbors or talk to people at restaurants, and I mean, you would just be shocked. There's people from all over the world that come here just because it's outperforming most places in the nation. A big part of that outperformance would be, the jobs and company growth. So Dallas-Fort Worth has the largest civilian labor force in Texas, totaling 3.5 million at the end of the second quarter of 2014. So just this past year. And what that does is it attracts companies looking for employees. And some of those employees, they're pretty major ones. They're Exxon, AT&T, Southwest, American Airlines. I mean, some major companies that you and I both know. Doesn't matter if you're in Texas or if you're in California, you know those names. Those are household names. And DFW Metroplex is home to 25 Fortune 500 companies. It's a productive Metroplex. It's the 6th largest gross metropolitan product in the United States and approximately 10th largest GMP in the world. So that is pretty impressive. 2014 Inc. magazine says it's the best metropolitan area in the nation for entrepreneurs, and I'm an entrepreneur and I know that to be true. 2013 Forbes US says DFW is the 2nd best city for businesses. So I mean, what is bringing them here? I mean, we don't have any state tax, so that really is a way to be able to incentivize these businesses to come here, bring their jobs, and then it's bringing excellent labor force into the area. Not to mention, in the next few slides to come, we'll be talking about some of the schools in the area, just the lifestyle, just to give you a really good idea of why this area is outperforming the nation. Actually on this next slide here, 3,000 jobs, Toyota jobs, to move from Torrance to Texas, and that's actually going into Plano, which is just north of Dallas, one of those suburbs that we had talked about, over 100 suburbs in the DFW Metroplex. So Plano is fast growing as well. There's so many great areas, and we're excited. And I don't have a whole lot of information about when it's happening because I know that's been a question, but I think it's supposed to happen sometime this summer is when they're going to start moving some of it. But I mean, just the cost of business, it's affordable, and the tax climate just really creates that surge of growth for businesses in this area. And one of the things that I love is that this is also bringing new businesses. So me as a California native, I get to see businesses that I have not seen. So we don't have a Pollo Loco here, And I'm hoping that somebody, and hopefully maybe on this call, we've got over 50 people on this call, hopefully somebody on this call will bring Pollo Loco over here. But somebody, and I'm so thankful, whoever it was, had the great idea of bringing In-N-Out to Texas. And so Fort Worth, I believe we've got 2 new locations in Fort Worth as of a couple years ago. And it's just really neat to see the lines wrapping around In-N-Out during lunchtime, and even all throughout, the late hours of the night. It's just a really popular place. But it's, it's a little bit of home, I guess, for a lot of people that are migrating to this area. So it's exciting, and I hope somebody on this call just jumps on that Pollo Loco idea, because it's a great one. We've got the next slide, the DFW economy and commerce. So DFW is a hub for business because it is located in the central time zone, and that means that we're able to have extended business hours on both coasts, which is very convenient. DFW is the nation's hub for railways, trucks, and planes. So the DFW International Airport, it's the 3rd busiest in the world for aircraft movement. The airport itself is larger than Manhattan, which is, wow, that's very awesome. My brother lives in Manhattan, and so he recently came to visit me, and I used that one on him, and he didn't quite like that. So it transports over 55 million passengers every year, and it's got over 60,000 employees. So just the airport alone, over 60,000 employees. And it's really cool. The airport sits right in the center of the Metroplex. So really, anyone that's working in the airport region, if they travel to Fort Worth, that's 20 minutes. They travel to Dallas, that's 20 minutes. So they're kind of centrally located, and that kind of opens up opportunities for all of us as an investors who are offering rental properties. Convenient location for a lot of these people. The International Airport also has a 36-hole golf course, which I thought was pretty neat, because you don't see many airports with 36-hole golf courses. So it is the nation's largest inland port. Within 24 hours, trucks can reach 37% of the nation. Within 48 hours, trucks can reach 97% of the nation. And no taxes are charged on goods in transit. So those are just a few of the reasons, of the many reasons, why the DFW Metroplex has truly become a hub for business. And one thing that I think a lot of people have taken notice about this area is that it's not only, for commerce, for railways, trucks, airplanes, those kinds of things, but also, for the arts districts. I've seen so much improvement and growth in the arts districts, and also just the fashion districts. We've got one of the most popular fashion weeks in the nation. So it's both coast and now Dallas, and so we're pretty proud of that. And because Texas is so aggressive about going after companies and offering these incentives, such as that no tax on goods in transit. Well, what does this mean for you and I? Well, it means lower vacancies and higher rents. More demand for the properties that you purchase in this area, because people will always need housing, and they want good housing. They want nice housing. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. Dallas-Fort Worth weather. It is listed as North Texas is one of the cities to impress. It's listed as one of the best places to retire. It's got some pretty nice weather. Right now we're springtime, so springtime and fall are going to be some of the best times of the year to be able to enjoy the outdoors. But here you can see, the climate's listed for the DFW Metroplex, January through December there. And the temperatures, vary from, 57 high, 30s or the low. This year we got a little bit of snow, but really it's nothing that keeps you indoors. You can still enjoy the outdoors. Even summertime, there's so many wonderful things to do outside. Yes, it does get a little hot during those August and September months. But it's not the kind of heat where you don't want to be outside. There's lots of outdoor things, and the municipalities in this area have been really great about putting water parks and the little splash parks for kids, and lots of the new home builders put in pools with the communities, so they try to compensate for the warmer summer seasons. But it's still listed as one of the best places to retire. And actually, Wallet Hub recently released a list of best and worst places to retire, and 2 DFW towns ranked in the top 10 in the nation. So that should tell you, pretty good idea of, why people are wanting to live here. And, does it get hot? Yes. Does it get cold? Yes. But we're pretty variable. I mean, we have all 4 seasons, but they're pretty comfortable. So I can't complain. Next slide, the DFW lifestyle. It is home to 23 billionaires, and 3 other cities in the world have more. So I thought that was really neat. 23 billionaires here in this area. That's pretty awesome. It leads the nation with the most shopping centers per capita. We've got over 90 hospitals in this area. And actually, like I mentioned before, our office is located in South Fort Worth. And we're right in the heart of the hospital district, which has over 40,000 employees coming to this area every single day. So, I mean, it's just a very, it's a very high demand for rental properties. It is home to 20 colleges and universities and 17 graduate schools, 3 medical and dental schools, and 2 law schools. And we also have over 20 community colleges. And the school's annual college enrollment is over 297,000 students. So, it's really great because as Dallas-Fort Worth continues to improve on the amount of activities and entertainment that we have to offer, the more these students are staying, and that's what we've been seeing over the past 10 years. These students are staying as they graduate, and they're becoming a part of that workforce that's has become such a great demand, and the reason why all of these companies are migrating to this area. So we're also home to the 4th most valuable franchise in the world, Go Cowboys, and we've also got the largest state fair in the nation. So that bottom left-hand picture, that guy, that big text. Do you guys know what it's called? What is he called? Do you know his name? That big statue.
Oh, Big Tex.
Is it Big Tex? Okay, it's Big Tex. I'm sorry. You can see that I'm not quite a Texan yet. Big Tex, and my boys say that he's a little creepy, but he is seriously big, and he is Texan. So. We also have more restaurants per capita than New York City. And we're also home to the Texas Motor Speedway, which seats over 190 fans. We've got growing and respected arts districts, and like I mentioned before, fashion districts. So this is really just an amazing place. There's so many great things that are happening, and I really hope that, anybody that has time to come out and visit us, we are going to, extend our welcoming arms to you, and we'd love to show you some of the great places to have fun in the area, because there's just so many. What I've loved is to see how much DFW has really cared about all of the growth for population and cared about, offering new things to attract and keep people here in the area. So why invest in Dallas-Fort Worth? Well, we've already been talking about so many things, but to narrow it down to 4 main bullet points, the growth and opportunity. And as you can see, we've been talking about, just all of the growth for corporations and for all of the jobs that are here in the area, and Toyota. Number 2, stable employment and housing market. And Loretta's going to talk to you a little bit about, the housing supply and what's happening based on, all of the people that are flooding in the area, what's happening to the housing market, and what has happened over the past few years, and why you need to be considering Dallas-Fort Worth as part of your investment goals this year, and why so many have already done that. Number 3, the attractive lifestyle. Go Cowboys. And number 4, we add 300 new residents every single day. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you Ms. Loretta Snoke, And I can't say enough about our team. Honestly, they're great friends of mine. We get along so well. And I think just because not only do we have a passion for life, but we have a passion for real estate. And they truly are friendly Texans. They are easy to talk to, knowledgeable, trained experts in the DFW real estate market. I'm so proud of them. They're hardworking, and they're willing and ready to deliver the excellent investing service and inventory you've become accustomed to expecting well with Marshall Reddick Real Estate. So without further ado, Miss Loretta, I pass it to you, my dear.
Thank you, Erica.
Like Erica said, my name is Loretta Snoke Hueso. Scott almost got my last name right, but it is a tongue twister. You all can call me Loretta, that's fine. You don't have to learn my last name. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. Thank you so much for taking time this evening to learn about our wonderful Metroplex. I actually joined the real estate world as an investor myself on the wholesale side. And I have to tell you, I've negotiated some of my most difficult contracts during my wholesale experience. And it has truly given me the tools to negotiate for my clients in their long-term holding properties. I am passionate about real estate investing because I know the opportunity for financial freedom for my family and the families that I work with is tremendous. When you have the right real estate team on your side, the opportunity to create that financial freedom and stability for your future generations is great. I have a great administrative team member that handles all of the paperwork so I can focus full-time on helping you all reach your investment goals. He's also the second touch for any of you in case you're ever unable to reach me. Please welcome our transaction coordinator, Mr. Henry Abuta.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Like Loretta said, my name is Henry, and I've been working in real estate since college. Working in real estate, especially in conjunction with the Marshall Reddick team, has given me the confidence and knowledge to invest in my first property, which I'll actually be doing within the next 30 days. As a transaction coordinator, my main goal is to ensure that the process moves as efficiently as possible for our investors and to ensure that I give Loretta and Erica the support they need so that their main focus can be completely on you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Henry.
We wanted to hear more from you, Henry. Keep going. Well, this is Loretta back on the line. I just wanted to say a few more words before we move on to the next slide. I just want all of you to know that I really do take pride in providing my clients first-rate representation and helping to facilitate their investment goals. A couple points about myself. I was awarded the 2014 CRES DFW Client Favorite Award, and I also had the highest client satisfaction ratings here at our brokerage. Because I am the eyes and the ears for my clients on the ground, I'd like to share some insights about the affordability and supply that we have here in the DFW Metroplex. So if we could move on to the next slide.
Yeah.
For those of you who love numbers, you're going to love this slide. Just taking a quick look at it, for North Texas, the median home sales prices rose 12%, and home sales were 3% higher in January compared to the same month last year. Home prices edged up about 1% in Dallas and 0.4% in Fort Worth in the fourth quarter alone. In the last year, home prices were up a total of 7.2% in Dallas and 5% in Fort Worth. Both cities were higher than the national average of 4.9%. Inventory is at an all-time low. In January, the Dallas supply was at about 2 months, and the Fort Worth supply was at 2.3 months. A total of 3.4 months for Texas, which is below the U.S. average. What does this mean for you all as investors? You must act quickly. It is not unheard of for a home to go on the market Friday, and by Sunday they have a multiple offer situation. The market is moving so fast that if a property appears amazing on paper, it will not last. I personally, in all of my contracts, write a minimum of a 10-day option period, which will allow you the first 10 days to truly fine-tune your numbers, to have a home inspection, and decide if it's something you really want to move forward with. You will not jeopardize your earnest money if you back out during the option period. It will be refunded to you. This way, if a property looks great on paper, let's get it under contract quickly and hopefully avoid a bidding war. And you will have those 10 days to look over everything and make a final decision. My goal is to help each and every Marshall Reddick investor know their criteria and know they are submitting offers on the right property, so their time is being spent wisely. I'd like to move on to the next slide and speak a little bit about a project that I'm really excited about. It's been in the making for the last 10 years, and it will completely change life here in Fort Worth as we know it for the better. If any of you have ever visited San Antonio, the Trinity River project is going to be similar to the Riverwalk that's down in San Antonio right now. A few points of what they're doing there. They're going to reroute the Trinity River in downtown, and the redeveloping of the flood protection in the north part of Fort Worth will eliminate the need for our current levee system. The infrastructure needed for this flood control will revitalize an aging industrial portion of Fort Worth that spans about 800 acres in between the Tarrant County Courthouse and Northside Drive. The underutilized land will be available for private mixed development opportunities. The vision is 10,000 housing units and 3 million square feet of retail, commercial, and educational space, which will create endless opportunities for Fort Worth residents to live and play. It will be Fort Worth's hidden secret. I don't believe a lot of people throughout the nation know this huge project that Fort Worth has undertaken, but it will truly make Fort Worth the gem of Texas. Another aspect of the Trinity River project is the Gateway Park. It's going to span over 1,000 acres. It will become the largest urban program park in the area. Park goers can expect the wonderful amenities like soccer fields, baseball fields, disc golf, mountain bike trails, a splash park, an amphitheater, and over 80,000 new trees will be planted. The Trinity River project is going to change the entire aspect of downtown Fort Worth, doubling downtown in size, and there will be great and endless opportunities for investing. To wrap up, DFW has tremendous investment opportunities, and I truly love to call it home. Also, please know I am your person on the ground. I am your eyes and ears. I'm available here with time and quick information whenever you all need me. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to help match the properties that I find to the criteria that you all have and make this process as smooth as possible. Let's make 2015 a great year for investing. I'll hand the phone back over to Erica.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ms. Loretta. And now we're going to turn it over to the fabulous Miss Angela Gonzalez, who is with Moxie Property Management. And just a little intro to Angela, because she's just such a great addition to our team here. We had to interview quite a few property managers here in all of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we narrowed it down to a few, I would say probably about 12 property managers. And the reason why she stood out among the entire list that we put together was because of her follow-up. Her knowledge of the market was just so rare to find, and I think that you will with her on your team, you just have a winning group. Truly, she's got really great accurate rental projections, and since we've worked with her, I love that she under-promises, she over-delivers, and I'll give you an example about that a little bit later, but she really works hard for you and to get you as much rent as you can, and so I'm honored to present to you Miss Angela Gonzalez.
Good evening, guys. Really happy that we have a full house this evening. It's always nice knowing that we're talking more than just to ourselves in the room and maybe a couple of others out there. I recognize some of the names as investors that I'm working with currently and hope to see the rest of your names come across my caller ID very soon. So just a little bit about me, background. I've been in property management since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, and that's definitely a Texas saying. So I've been around the property management game for a very long time. My family has always had investment properties, and when I met my now husband 15 years ago, his father handed over his investment portfolio to me before I'd even decided that I'd liked his son enough to stick around. So property management is all I've ever done when it comes to real estate, working with investors and investment properties. And I take it very seriously. Moxie Property Management is my company. I have a fabulous business partner, but we opened Moxie because we knew that property managers have historically given the real estate industry a bad name, and we know that we're the cream of the crop when it comes to property management, and our services really can't be beat. I'm totally excited every day when I get information from either Cisneros' team or from somebody out there at Marshall Reddick, or when I get to talk to a new investor. This is a system that to be part of a team like this that spans from California to Texas is really unique, and I think it puts each of you in a great position to snatch up some investment property and really make that work for you long term. I was excited to have the opportunity to work with Marshall Reddick and also with Cisneros' team, again, just for the simple fact that you as investors are really vetted out. You understand what it's going to take when you come to the table, and you come to the table informed. So I'm again, very happy to be part of this process. The screen that you're looking at right now has some highlighted information. This is actually a page out of the property management agreement that I sign with all of my clients. And I decided to include this because it's important for you to understand that you're getting some reduced rates when it comes to my management fees. And again, the reason that I choose to do that is because I know that you guys are coming to the table very well informed, and that because I'm so involved in the process of the properties that are selected for you as investors, it's almost kind of a no-brainer. I know that I don't have to stress. It's not a huge question mark about what this property is about. And so for those reasons, I'm more than happy to offer you a reduced rental management fee of 8% per month, and then a reduced leasing fee of 50%, which is more than competitive for the area. So if you have any questions about that, definitely give me a call. Property management services in general, if we'll go to the next slide. So when it says no hassle management, I think that speaks more to what I need to get out of my management company probably than you as investors. You know, if you call around and talk to property managers, especially here in this area, you're going to find a much more mature group who has been around for quite some time, but what that means is they're still doing pen and paper kind of stuff. They have not advanced with technology. They are getting beat out of the market because tenants and owners alike are really pushing for technology. What are they using to advance themselves as property managers, to invest those investment properties, and to advance their tenants so that everything, you know, works seamlessly out there in cyberspace? That's all that we're about here at Moxie Property Management. We're out there at conferences and conventions trying to figure out how to make this work better, not only for ourselves but also for our clients. So that for that reason, we're very heavily technology-based. Owners have access to online portals 24 hours a day. I can't stress enough how electronic communication is very important for us. You know, you're notified when work orders come in. You're notified when things are going on with the property. You're notified good, bad, and indifferent. And I think that makes a huge difference at the end of the day. Thoroughly screening prospective tenants, that's always a big thing. There's lots of property management companies out there that will tell you they'll put somebody in there within 30 days, but at the end of it, do they really even know who's in your property? If people aren't vetting and screening out tenants correctly in the beginning, it's not going to do anything but cause problems in the end. And so I remain steadfast in our application process, and I know that when we place somebody in one of your properties, we're absolutely putting the best possible person or persons in that property. So I could go on and on. I mean, I think a lot of the stuff that's on this screen is probably pretty SOP for most property managers. But again, I really do look forward to talking to each of you, especially those that I haven't spoken with here very soon, because I think these properties that are coming up at the end of this presentation are definitely properties that I've laid eyes on and done some analysis on, very comfortable with the areas. I don't think the Cisneros team could have picked out a better spot here in North Texas for you guys to take a look at. So I'm honored to be here. Got contact information, you know, is available through your Marshall Reddick advisors. So I look forward to hearing from you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Angela. This is Erica again. And allow me, indulge me a little bit, Miss Angela. I just wanted to ring your bell here just a little bit because a couple weeks ago, and I just actually found this out. We try to work pretty closely, but you know, sometimes Angela does a fabulous job, and she just doesn't say enough about all of the amazing things that she does. But we had a closing with a Marshall Reddick investor on 3616 Venera. It was a new build, and we quoted $1,450. This superstar girl got it leased for $1,595. So on the day that we closed, within 40 days, the tenant moves in, and that property is producing income. And so this rental market is on fire. I mean, there's jobs to support the population growth.
The rental amount compared to the purchase prices, I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's really kind of a perfect storm. And for you investors out there that understand how to time the real estate market and how to identify those key factors on when to jump in, hey, folks, it's time to jump in. So without further ado, here is what you have been waiting for, guys. Our team has been on the hunt. We have identified some really amazing deals. We've handpicked them. We have gone through so many hours of analysis to make sure that we're always bringing the best to Marshall Reddick, not only because we want to make sure that you're happy, but quite frankly, we want to make sure Marshall Reddick is happy. So we make sure that we make sure everything is the cream of the crop. And I love that Forbes, right here on this slide, is also ringing our bell here. We are one of the best cities that there was to invest in 2014, and the 2015 numbers are rolling in too, and they look even more amazing. So without further ado, guys, get something to take some notes with. And once again, we've got over 50 people on this call, and we have demanded that David clear some time on his schedule to take all of your calls, answer all of your questions, and his slide will be at the very end. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. These amazing opportunities here. 6020 Clipper Lane, located in Fort Worth, Texas. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,471 square feet, and as you can notice, it's only a couple years old. The asking price is $139,400, and with a 25% down payment, we've got investment capital of $41,600. Rental comps are $1,450. And with all of the expenses there, you've got $1,017 to bring you in monthly income of $432.33. And what I love about working with Marshall Reddick is they really stress, being on the conservative side and making sure that you have an account for a rainy day when that property needs some maintenance or there's some vacancies. And so there you can see factored in those numbers. 7% is estimated for vacancy and 13% estimated, 13 for vacancy, 7% for maintenance. And after padding, that little rainy day account, that brings you a monthly cash flow of $102.05. And really that 15-year projected profit, that's pretty amazing. $71,941.89. And I just wanted to take a quick second to mention that those return on investments are calculated by a really conservative percentage of 3% appreciation rate, which we've been saying, much higher numbers than that. But once again, I love working with Marshall Reddick. They want to, err on the conservative side. And so it's also calculated with cash flow appreciation and also the principal pay down. So that 15-year annual return on investment calculated at 11.53%. And you've got a great property, couple years old, in a strong rental market, in a metroplex that's just outperforming the nation. This is a winner right here, guys. Here is some pictures. It's got a community pool and some examples of all of the amazing things that the builder does in this area to keep the renter happy. It's a great product. Next one we've got here, 8749 Shavano Drive. This is a really unique property, actually. I wanted to mention 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms is really hard to come by at this price range, but we found it. And this one is a couple years old as well, built in 2004. Purchase price $179,000 for a 5-bedroom house. Can you imagine what that goes for in California? I'm sure you can. With a down payment of 25%, you're looking at investment capital needed to jump into this guy, $52,791. And the rent is conservatively calculated there at $1,650. And actually, it's not a calculation. It is a true number. It is actually occupied by the tenant. And so this would be one of those amazing situations where you would be able to buy it with the tenant in place already. And handing it over to Angela, she would be able to make sure that another rental lease was put in place with whatever additional things that you wanted to add into that lease agreement that was important for you. She would make sure that that was there. So this is just a really interesting, opportunity. It's hard to come by, quite honestly. The monthly income on that, $353.29. And with those estimated numbers on maintenance and vacancy and also the leasing rate, we've got a monthly cash flow of $43.46. But once again, the true number is that monthly income of $353. The projected numbers for this property, you're looking at a 15-year ROI of $115,793, which is 14.62%. So this is another winner. Once again, David's slide will come up at the very end. You'll be able to contact him, and he'll get in touch with us to immediately be able to answer any of your questions about this property. 5 bedrooms. Wow, this guy's a beast here. But here you can see, it's pretty standard. We've got the island in the kitchen. We've got a lovely fireplace. So just features that really would attract tenants, and that helps when we're talking about, keeping the property occupied. And this neighborhood actually also has a community pool, and it is located by a school. So those are features that are really important when you're leasing a property out to, say, like a family. We've got a close-by elementary. It's super convenient. And then a fun pool and splash park and playground so that kids can hang out. And this property has a lot to offer. So please let us know if you have any questions about that one. Next one, 10949 Caldwell Lane in Fort Worth, Texas. We've got a purchase price of $153,900, and investment capital needed on this one, $46,000 and some change. We've got a conservative rental amount estimated there at $1,500 to bring your total monthly expenses to $1,173. And take a look, this is awesome. For a new build, where you get you pretty much aren't going to have hardly any maintenance costs for quite some time, and the fact that you're going to have a positive cash flow of about $326 a month, that's pretty amazing. I mean, you tell me where else you can get this kind of inventory anywhere else in the nation. I mean, it's just really, this guy's a really good one. 15-year projected profit, $103,684, and in 15 years you've got a property that still is in excellent condition. It's still a newer property. That annual return on investment, 14.95%. And once again, this one is built in 2014. It's near that Eagle Mountain Lake area where the new development, the last call that we did was with Riverside Builders, and they were doing a build project out there, and this area is booming. I mean, it's just really attracting. I think just because a lot of people are coming from out of state, and those might be coast cities. A lot of them are coast cities. A lot of people are migrating from the coast, just like I did. We want to be by water, and this property offers that. I mean, it's just a little skip away from the lake, and not difficult to get to. And so a lot of different businesses are also responding to that. So as the area grows, the population grows towards that lake, the lake areas, you're going to see a lot more businesses. The school districts are solid. And so once again, I'm sure you have lots of questions. Please reach out to us and let us know how we can help. Once again, we've got over 50 people on this call, so there's going to be limited opportunities, and we would love to see you be able to take advantage and help you accomplish your goals here for 2015 to be able to jump into one of these. Going to the next one, we've got 7112 Mohegan Drive in Fort Worth. And this one is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, 1,703 square feet, built in 2015. So this one was just completed. It is in that area by Eagle Mountain Lake, the one that I just referenced in the previous slide. And this subdivision is located off Boat Club Road, which is a pretty main thoroughway in that area. And the asking price on this, $169,900. Investment capital needed with 25% down is $48,209 and some change. We've got a conservative rental amount of $1,650. that brings your monthly income once all of those expenses are reduced to $390.12 for, once again, a brand new property. Guys, low maintenance costs. I mean, these rent the fastest as well, because, you know, anybody who is a renter, they're going to want something that has been used or is brand new. I mean, either way, you know, this one's going to be at the top of someone's list, just because it's a new property. It's something that you're not having to live with the residue of somebody else is living there. And here, if you look on the estimated maintenance and estimated vacancy, once again, those numbers are just rainy day account numbers. I love Marshall Reddick. They make sure that you are conservative. And after discounting for putting some of that income away, we've got a monthly cash flow of $80.29. And on this property, 15-year projected profit is $98,209. And an ROI percentage of 13.58%. That's a great opportunity right there, actually. 7124 Mohegan Drive. So this one's going to be just, you know, right down the street. And this is a new build. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,801 square feet. Purchase price $179,000. And once again, you know, at that 25% down, we're talking about $51,046 if you were going to put 25% down to be able to get into this great opportunity. We've got rents conservatively at $1,700, and after you reduce those expenses, we're talking about a monthly income of $373 and some change. After you've had that rainy day account, you've got a cash flow of $54.45 on this brand new build, and we've got that projected profit at $98,692, and the 15-year annual return on investment of 12.89%. So another thing to consider, guys, it's a 2015 build. I mean, this guy just came out of the box. He's brand new and shiny. So this is a great opportunity. This one actually is very similar to the last one that we talked about. I think the only thing that's different is that Angela calculated the rent on this one at $1,650, just because I think it's just a few square feet smaller, and she's just very conservative. But we love her for that. And monthly income, $327.67 at a purchase price of $179,900. That gives you a monthly cash flow of $17.84. And you know, 15-year projected profit, $92,000. That 15-year annual return on investment is 12%, a little bit over 12%. So here's a great picture of the new builds that we've been talking about. That was with Riverside Builders, and they just deliver a really nice product. And you can see, you know, some of the way that they've staged the properties, the new builds, to be able to sell them. And I will say this: these properties really do sell quickly. None of them go on the MLS. It's very, very rare that you see one on the MLS, and actually I have not, since working with Riverside Builders, I have not seen one on the MLS. They don't need to put them on the MLS. They sell by themselves to local buyers. And so you as an investor, Riverside has kind of given us an insider look at their inventory, and because we're just always in front of them, letting them know that we've got a group of buyers that are looking to purchase long-term investment properties, they have been so gracious as to give us a list of their lots that are opening within the next 6 months, and just kind of also some projections on what other communities that they might be thinking about building out. So please know, if for some reason a property that you saw is no longer available and you're like, darn it, I really wish I could have gotten that one, we'll find you something. We are in front of these builders all the time. I know that Loretta, she's really great at keeping in touch with them and making sure that we are always in front of them getting accurate information, and she's on the ground. She is truly she is your eyes and ears here, and she is hunting down those great deals for you, making sure that you never lose an opportunity because she wasn't, you know, conscious of what that great opportunity was. And so I really love that she put so much time and energy into it. So if one of those new builds is no longer available for some reason, please know we're going to do our best to make sure that you get into something else
really quickly, and Angela's going to make sure that that property on the day that it is closed is listed for rent and is performing as quickly as possible for you. So that is the benefit of working with Marshall Reddick Real Estate. Here on the next slide, we've got 1000 North Brent Avenue, and this is located in Sherman, Texas. As mentioned previously, DFW Metroplex is comprised of over 100 subdivisions, and this is actually one of the subdivisions on the south end of the Metroplex. And this duplex is 3-bedroom, 2-bath each side, which totals 6 bedrooms, 4 baths, a total building square footage of 2,386 square feet. This one is really unique because it was built in 2005 and both units are rented. So on the day that you close, you collect, deposits that were already in place. You collect a lease that's already in place. You collect rents that might have been prorated throughout the month right on the day that you close. And that's just a really unique situation, and it's really unheard of in a Metroplex that's growing so quickly, and the inventory supply is at an all-time low. So this is a really interesting one. Asking price is $148,900, and the rents conservatively $1,600. So that's $800 each side. And after you discount all of the expenses, you're talking about an income of $577.61. And after you pad that rainy day account, you got $213.17. So you've got a projected profit of $114,606, an annual return on investment of 14.58%. So this guy, he's going to go fast. I like that one. Here's another one I like. Both units, once again, rented. It's also a newer build, a few years old, built in 2007. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths on each side. 2,300 square feet is the building, and this duplex is going for an asking price of $169,500. And the investment capital needed, if you were going to put 30% down, was going to be about $56,782. Rental amounts for that area, conservatively $1,700, and after you reduce all of those expenses that they've put there, we're talking about a monthly income of $557.97. After you pad that account, you're talking about $170.75, which is a solid cash flow, and after 15 years, that will create a profit of $117,000 and some change, and that annual return on investment is about 13%. So this guy, it's just a really unique situation. I mean, you not only are able to close with tenants, but it's a newer property, it's in great condition, rented, it's in a solid location, and if it wasn't, we wouldn't be bringing it to you today. So that's a really great opportunity. Like I said, guys, any of these properties, I hope you took good notes. If you didn't, David, on the last slide, will be able to help you out and make sure that that we can get all your questions answered. And I look forward to answering any of your questions that you have on the properties or on the areas. I know a lot of people have questions about schools, and I want you to know that because that same question keeps coming up 20 times, I don't know if in these Marshall Reddick, does it happen to you, Angela? Yeah, it's so funny. Everybody always asks about school districts, and I know that it's absolutely paramount and in the mind of the investor when they're making a decision on what property to choose. I want you guys to know it's the same for us. We do not want to put you guys in a property that is not going to attract a tenant who would want their child to go to a specific school district that was not performing in the area or the community. And so definitely when we're looking at a property, when we're evaluating a property, we're wanting to make sure that it's a property that we would buy ourselves because it's in a great area and it's got great school districts. It's companies are coming into the area, businesses, grocery stores, all of those things. And me being an investor sitting in those Marshall Reddick meetings all those years ago, over 11 years ago,
you know, I've learned a lot of the techniques and a lot of the key factors to identify, and believe me, you know, those things that you're being trained over there in the meetings, well, we have been trained here as well, and we are very conscious of all of those aspects that they're wanting when presenting an opportunity to you as a Marshall Reddick investor. So thank you again, everyone. I can't wait to hear from you all, and hopefully be able to host you here in the DFW area sometime soon. Here on this slide, we've got Reed Hazard. He's been a Marshall Reddick preferred lender for over 10 years now, and he comes to a lot of the meetings. So if you guys are attending any of the meetings, you'll be able to greet Reed, and he's always so, you know, he's a great guy. He's easy to talk to, and he's very, very professional. So I know that you'll enjoy working with Reed. And he's licensed. He's out of California, but he's licensed in Texas as well, so he'll be able to meet your needs in either market. So please just make sure that that you reach out to him with any questions. You've got all his information there on the screen. And here we've got Mr. David Kling, and once again available on a first-come, first-served basis. These properties. If what you wanted goes too quickly, well, then we'll definitely put you on the list for some more properties that are upcoming. We've been evaluating a whole new group of properties this week, and we're really excited. We just want to make sure that we're packaging something that's going to just be a smash it out of the park hit. So we're taking our time to bring it to you, but if this group of properties is not something that you're able to take advantage of because it's already sold, well, we'll make sure that you have some more opportunities here within the next week or so. But here's David Kling's, you know, information. The process is really easy. $1,500 to $2,500 for earnest money. I mean, you just, you know, and he's going to make sure that you get all of the information that you need and make sure that, you know, you are connected with the right person at the right time. So if it's pre-approvals, he's going to make sure that you've got that in place. If it's property options, we'll be in front of you. If you're down the road and you're already in a contract, he's going to make sure that Angela is knowing that you're coming down the road and making sure that all the pieces of the puzzle are fitting together beautifully to be able to serve all of your investment needs. So I hope to hear from you guys this week, and I will turn it back over. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Laura. Thank you, Erica, so much. This is your real estate advisor, Dave Kling, on the line here. Just wanted to say hello to everyone on here. There's a lot of investors who I'm currently working with who are on the call, and I see a whole bunch of emails coming in right now, and I'll definitely get through all those today and tomorrow and answer any questions and get you guys that information. Just wanted to say how much of a pleasure it's been working with Erica and Loretta and the Cisneros team, and how awesome of a job they do, and the solid property management that we have with Moxie. So really appreciate you guys, appreciate you guys hosting this webinar, and we'll definitely be answering all those questions that our investors have tonight. All right, everyone. Everyone have a great rest of your night, and we look forward to seeing you on many more Marshall Reddick Real Estate webinars. Have a good one.